So, so this is about me coming out as trans. But my experience with this whole coming out thing was back in 8th grade. I was confused on who I was as a person because I didn't really fit in with anyone. I didn't really fit in with friends nor with myself. I didn't know where I was exactly. So then, freshman year of high school, I was informed of a gay straight alliance club. It's basically just like almost like a blog kind of thing. So they take information from other people and they give you a summary of it. That's basically all we do. But you also get informed about the LGBTQ plus community in general, and that's where I learned the term gender fluid. So I was known as multiple pronouns, so he, him, she, her, and they, them. This was more of a experimental thing, so I didn't know exactly where I fit in. So I didn't know if I was more feminine, or I was more masculine, or just in between as the human being. Then comes sophomore year, and I have decided to become transgender from female to male. So currently, I'm now in my senior year, still transgender to this day. But when I first found out, it was a couple months afterwards. I told my friends and I told my mother and my sister, but I never told my dad. Because my dad is, I believe, a judgmental person himself. But turns out I did it the end of my junior year, randomly out of the blue, and I was just ready to get it over with. The hardest part was to put it into words. You can think of the words, but you just can't speak it. When they're first trying to tell you something very important, it's just hard for them to put it into words, so you have to let them take their time, honestly. That's a little advice. But otherwise, like, till this day, my parents are still trying to get used to it, so they're trying to slowly develop, and that is something also I have to get used to, is letting them take their time while I'm over here being like, I'm ready, please, please just tell me that I'm your son, like, for once, please. The little things for other people are actually huge things probably for others. So my gender is one of the hugest things for me. I'm pansexual, so I'm basically attracted to people based on personality, not gender, which is different from bisexual. So for me, I guess I fit in with the male category, but past romantic partners, was fit in with the gender fluid category, so I was kind of the I guess questioning area for gender. But like, yeah, I think, yeah. So currently, I would fit in the male section, I believe. I know that throughout my past relationships, I felt weak, I guess you could put it that way, because I felt like my significant other would kind of take control a little bit. I'm not a very touchy person in general, so I mean, handshakes and fist bumps and high fives, totally okay. It's the hugs and the physical interactions. So, like, I don't know, kissing, yeah. So that's one thing that I'm not very good with. So that was my two past partners. So my, like, relationships since then have been more accepting of me and calming, and it's very nice because I believe I'm a caring person, and I have people now who they care about me in general. So
Are you taking any steps like chemically to change your gender, or do you think that's important, or if it's just something that you see yourself as, and like what do you do as far as that?
that's a good question. So personally, I'm not taking any chemicals like testosterone. and I haven't gone through surgery or anything. That's more in the future for me currently. So currently I wear a chest binder, I wear more masculine clothing, and I slowly am trying to deepen my voice just by, I don't know, practice, I guess is the best word. So I I would prefer to take baby steps. Slower the better. If you rush it too fast, you might get confused halfway through. Yeah. Because normally most people would be like, I want to get this done as fast as possible. I'm over here being like, I'm going to take as slow and as much time as I need to figure this whole thing out.
Do you have like what's your main focus in life? Do you have any like hobbies, or are you really focused on like people in your life, like your friends and your relationships, or what takes up the most time inside like your headspace?
Usually throughout the day, it's constant thoughts of, do I look okay? Am I looking more masculine, more feminine? It's usually stuff about my appearance, because I'm quite insecure, that's the word. But usually but that's normally in public, but usually when I'm at home, I'm usually thinking, okay, what can I do to, I don't know, get my mind off things. Usually I do arts and crafts, or I watch some YouTubes or comfort videos. Um, I mean, a lot of stuff goes through people's heads. People with like anxiety and ADHD have much different brains than people who don't. Most of the time for me, I have bad thoughts just in general with just loneliness, I guess. Anytime that I have downtime, I get my mind off of it, listen to music, or do some arts and crafts to get my mind off things. Yeah.
Okay, last question, I promise. Do you think that you're depressed, or do you think that you're lonely, or do you think that there's a difference?
That's a good question. I'm depressed, nor do I think I'm lonely anymore. There's times where my brain says I'm lonely, but I know in reality I'm not lonely. I have lots of friends, I have people who comfort me. I thought I had depression at one point, because I literally would not get out of bed. And it felt like I was just in a constant box of my own thoughts. And that's how most people feel. They feel very trapped. And I think loneliness and depression are two completely different things. Loneliness is just the feeling of being alone and not having anyone there, while depression is you are constantly thinking that you're worthless, or so. That's why I would think, if you feel like that, you should go to a medical professional and possibly um, talk with a doctor or a therapist of your own, kind of thing. So that's a little advice. But in general, I think loneliness and depression are two completely different things. I don't know, I just felt like I've been pushed around all my life, so, and I felt weak in general, so this whole entire change for me has been great.